Hello and welcome to another episode of JP5Takes. And here I'll be recapping the Tennessee Titans' latest game against the Jackson Jaguars in Week 12. Let's see, I made a couple notes and I'll just talk about some of the stuff I noticed, the goods, bads, and uglies of the game we just played, which this is very rare do I ever say this as a Titan fan, but there wasn't too many ugly parts of the game. Because really, they scored 20 points, but it was mostly, when the game was well out of hand. There was at one point, I think maybe 35-3, and then they scored like 3 straight drives. By that point, the game was already over. But I thought, for once, and I don't say this very often, Arthur Smith called a good game. And I think maybe because we came off of a bye, and so. He had some plays that he called up. I'm like, okay, that was a good play. He had one play that we didn't score on it, but the pass for Derrick Henry to Johnny Smith, I love that play call. Johnny Smith should have had that touchdown. But anyway, I thought that was a good play call, and I thought he called well. We did a lot of play action, and I love that because when Derrick Henry's playing that well, you do play action, and people was wide open. AJ Brown was wide open. We got Michael Pruitt on a play that was wide open. You get these receivers being that open when Derrick Henry's running the ball that well. So I was impressed with that. I don't know why we don't do that more often. Because Mariota or Tannehill, both those two play better when you go off the play action. So I don't know why we don't do that more often. And I wanted to say this about Tannehill. I was a Mariota fan, but I'm sold enough on Tannehill. Do I think Tannehill is great? No, but I think he's good enough. And here's the thing: I would not be opposed to a contract extension with him. I don't want to be a big one because he isn't young. He's like 31 years old. So let's give him a 2-year deal or something like that, maybe extension. Now, he may want more than that. That's the issue. But I don't want us to pay him and make the contract longer than the 2 years, maybe 3. But I do want eventually us to draft a guy and get our quarterback, because Tannehill's not our guy in the sense that he's not a franchise quarterback. He's 31 already. So, let's have him for a couple years. Maybe we could draft someone in this draft or the next draft and have them sit out for a year or two as we have Tannehill. But Tannehill's good enough. He's throwing some good passes. I like him running. I know some people is like, what if he gets hurt? But him not being your franchise guy, I'm not as worried about him getting hurt. It's not like he's gonna, if he damages, this might sound awful, but if he damages his career or does something, he's not your guy. Like, oh, there goes your future that you just sunk a first-round pick in, So anyway, and I thought he played well. He threw some accurate passes, and again, it was easy to play well with that game. And because receivers were so wide open, it was easier for him to, complete his passes. But, I thought for the most part, he threw some good passes, though. It was nice to see AJ Brown going again because he's been quiet lately. And, it was nice to see us actually have plays that was going to him. I don't know if that was designed that way or, Ryan Tannehill was just noticing if he was getting open or he's throwing to him. But either way, I would love to see him getting the ball again. That guy is a beast with he's such a beast with the ball in his hands. I mean, I don't know if I've hardly ever seen the first guy bring him down. Love it. It's great to have a playmaker like that in Tennessee. We got to take advantage of that more often. Love it. I do think our offensive line played a little bit better. We did have the strip sack, or they had the strip sack they had on us. I think it was our first drive, maybe our second drive. I think it was the second. We went into the red zone, which we scored 10 straight touchdowns in the last 10 trips to the red zone. But we had the strip sack. Other than that, and that was Dennis Kelly playing instead of Taylor Wan. But anyway, other than that, our offensive line actually played well. Tannehill had time, and it may have been because of the play action. But either way, there's some plays that I saw him do a read, and then throw it. And I'm like, well, normally our quarterbacks don't have that time to do that second or third read, especially the last time we played the Jaguars when we allowed 9 to 10 sacks. So it was nice. It was nice. Any quarterback would look better with time like that. And today it was hard to analyze because we looked good. We looked really good. We're 6-5. You're like, we're right in the middle of this thing. But the Jaguars, they have a bad habit. I've seen them do it with us. last year, this year, and a couple of times not against us, but in this year, where they give up. And I don't know if I've ever seen an NFL team do that. When they get behind in the second half, they just look like they give up. They don't really care anymore. I've never seen that before. It's crazy. And, maybe it's a head coach problem. But at the end, I'm like, they don't look like they really want to tackle Derrick Henry. And it was interesting. So I'm not sure what to take out of that. I would love to say, yep, Titans look like we're flipping the page here. We're not the same Titans that lost us all those games that we shouldn't have lost. We look like we're on the up and up. But I'm not sure if the Jaguars was that bad or was we that good. It might be a mixture of both. But with saying that, I think it's time to put a fork in the Jaguars. Okay, this was a tight race in this whole division, but the Jags sit 4-7 right now. And the best they can do is 9-7, and I don't think that's going to win the division. So let's put a fork in the Jags. My beginning of the season pick was the Texans. Sticking with that. The Texans are, what are they? I think 7-4. Colts are 6-5. We are 6-5. Jags are 4-7. But to me, Jags don't matter anymore. So you got us and the Colts, right behind the Texans. I still gonna say the Texans will win it, but I think it should be a good game. I mean, a good close race to the finish line, I guess. Now, what's gonna be important? We play the Colts next week. That is huge because if we lose that, we drop 6-6. The Colts will then be a game ahead of us, but they beat us both times we played them. They're already like 3-1, I think, in the division. Well, if we lost that, we would be 1-3. So we would be such, in the hole with them that I know this might sound a little dramatic, and I know mathematically, obviously, we're still in it. But if we lose that game, I would put a fork on us. I really would. I think then it would be between the Colts and Texans. So we're not out of the woods yet. I know we've been winning a lot lately, but I think our season can be over. I really do with next week loss against the Colts. It's not so much that we're 6-6. She's like, we're still in it. But losing to the Colts like that and having, our division would be at best if we lost to the Colts, we beat the Texans twice, we'd be 3-3 in the division. And I just don't think that's going to be good enough for a tiebreaker because this could go to a tiebreaker. There could be two teams in the division, tied to the record, so then it goes to the tiebreaker, and we'd probably lose that if we lost to the Colts next week. Let's see. I thought, let's see, what am I talking about? Yeah. So I thought, defensively, we played well. Again, they scored 3 touchdowns in a row, but the game was already hopeless. But I thought the pass rush at the beginning of the game was really good, and a little bit at the end they wasn't so good. But again, I don't know what to make from that because I think we've not really. The game was already hopeless at that time. But I thought early on, the pass rush was good. We was getting after him. I like that. Now, he ended up getting hurt, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I really thought, what's the name? I really thought Harold Landry looked good, and why can't I think of his name? Cameron Wake. I really thought he looked good. They both popped really early on the screen for me. The Ryan continues to be amazing. We got to sign this guy. He'll be a free agent if we don't, after this year, and he could go anywhere. But he's our best cornerback. I think he's better than Butler and Adoree Jackson. He's, he's always right there on his guy. I love him. If we lose him, that could be huge blow for our defense. But yeah, I thought we had good coverage for most part of the game. We had good coverage. Good pass rush. But anyway, so I thought, that our defense looked good, and because our offense got going in the second half, but the first half, our offense only put up 7 points, and our defense kept them to only 3 points, and so it made the game, still we was ahead when we honestly didn't put that many points in the first half. So I thought that was huge. When our offense and defense could play like that together, we can be deadly because the problem is, I feel like games that we score actually decent amount of points, our defense don't play well, and vice versa. When our defense plays really well, our offense put up 10 points. So I want to see more games where both sides of the ball helps each other out like that. It was huge. I love it. Again, so here we are. My recap, my final part of this, I guess, is we're 6-5. We're in the middle of this thing because technically we could slip in, I guess, if we don't win the division in the 6th spot. Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have it, which to me is a shocker. I can't believe that. There's a team I thought was going to be out of it. But I still don't believe him, to be honest. I couldn't talk about that a little bit more in my next video on Tuesday or Wednesday. But anyway, the Oakland Raiders, they lost, and that was unexpected. Lost to the Jets, got their butts kicked. So, we could slip into the sixth spot. I don't know if we will. I think we need to focus on winning the division. I think that's the big thing. But so we're not out of this. But the problem with us is, though, we've lost so many games in the AFC, the conference, and so any tiebreakers are most likely not going to go to us. That's going to be a pain. That's going to hold us later down the road. So that's why I think we need to focus on winning this division. That we're still behind the 8-ball hill, and we have some big games going on. And the reason I'm a little still hard on us and not liking our chances is mathematically 6-5, we're looking decent. But we got the Saints left. That's going to be difficult. We got the Colts left. That's difficult. We got the Texans twice. That's going to be difficult. So we got actually a pretty tough schedule coming up. A really tough schedule coming up. Actually, I don't think we have maybe one. But I'm pretty sure we don't have another game against a team with a losing record this season. So that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be tough. But let's see what we can do, because Tannehill's looking good. So maybe he can lead us to victory. But we need better play calling from Arthur Smith. He did good today, but can keep that going. So anyway, I guess I'll end it with that. But all right, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have a comment, something you heard that you liked or disliked, please comment below. And I guess I'll see you Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I make my next video. Until next time, I'm JP, and peace out.